Hey guys, Mike here. So, I just got this new Nikon 35 lens. I'm going to be putting this up in the Frugal Filmmaker group on Facebook. So, if you are a aspiring filmmaker, go check out that group. I'll have a link in the description to it. And I originally talked to them about how I was going to be getting a new lens because I was replacing my 50mm. I actually sold it to my roommate Andrew, and I'm going to be doing a quick comparison between the two, but first I'm going to start off with this lens. It is the Nikon 35F 1.8, excuse me, like I said before. But since it is a Nikon and this is a Canon 60D, I did have to get the adapter off of eBay. Nice little adapter. It's cost $17 on eBay, and it does include aperture control, which is a must. And one of the big things I like about Nikon is the fact that they have the little switch on them right inside the lens that allows you to adjust the aperture. And when I got it, it was a little bit stiff for the aperture control, but you can see, I don't know if you can see this little red thing right here, if I can pull focus to around that area. There's a little red thing right here. Let me pull back to me. And it allows you to pull the aperture really smoothly, which one of the reasons I was actually going for another lens was because it had a unclicked aperture. But now, since I have this, I can easily just slide aperture like so. Gets fully dark and pull right back up to f1.8 right now. And it's kind of pretty dark in my dorm right now, so it's nice that it's able to do that. Like I said, I can pull it down to if I want a little bit darker, pull it up, but it's nice you can get just a quick fade, do that without having that loud clicking noise. And whenever I'm recording on my camera without a microphone, it's always very prominent on other lenses that you're switching between apertures. I actually have a couple of videos on this channel, well, my main channel, I'm going to put this on the Young Spielberg channel, that I have to switch aperture in the middle of the video. But this is really nice. If I quickly went outside, I'd be able to pull aperture very quickly. But it looks really nice. The bokeh's pretty good for a lens of this cost. And the big reason I bought this, shout out to Nikon for suggesting this lens. It turned out a little better than expected for the price point. About a little less than 200 or so. I cannot remember exactly. It's about 200 or so versus the $100 50mm. The 50mm is nice, but on a APS-C sensor, the crop factor with a 1.6x crop factor, it's really annoying at times because you'll be filming something and you have to pull back a little bit more. It makes it nice, I suppose, for event photography if you're going to be doing portraiture, but with film I'd rather not have to be too far back, especially for a lot of the video that I do. I don't want to have to be further back because a lot of the times it's impossible to do so. But anyways, I'm going to be, when I do the comparison, you'll probably see the difference. So at 35mm, the 1.6 crop factor gets it to about a little over 50, but 50 is the sweet spot that allows your eye in order to see what your actual eye is seeing. It's really nice, and thus far I like this lens. I might put up some more test footage, but right now it's more of a first impressions type of thing. So without further ado, I think I'm going to go ahead and just look at this lens versus the 50mm. So you can see kind of how where I am right now with the 35mm, how that looks on the lens, and I'll switch over to the 50mm and you'll see kind of how the crop factor makes a difference. And now we're on the 50mm. I'm laughing a little bit because I forgot how much this thing crops without using it for so long. This lens, it was nice. I've had this since I had the 60D, and of course many of you probably know that it's called the Nifty 50 if you're watching this and an aspiring filmmaker. It's probably the first lens that you would look into in order to figure out if you want to do stuff. I'm going to switch back to the 35 in a second, so that way you're not claustrophobically close to my face. I don't know. But it was a nice lens when I had it. But another thing is, I don't know if you can tell or if you've used the 50mm before, but the focus ring, like as I pull focus quickly, it doesn't have that much area for you able to put a follow focus on there. I tried once putting the follow focus on the lens, and it was not that good. But the 35, I'll show you in a second. I'll switch over to it and show you with my rig, and you'll be able to see that I'm able to pull focus with a follow focus a lot easier because there's a larger focus ring area. So I'll switch back over to the 35 with my rig, and you'll be able to see kind of what I'm talking about. Okay guys, so I'm back with the full, well not full rig, but part of the PNC gearbox on right now, and I have a camera follow focus on my camera, and I can pull focus pretty easily. It'd be a lot easier if I had the full thing on, but you can get kind of a feel for what's going on here. Let me pull back to me. So anyways, the lens is pretty sharp. I'm just kind of looking at the lens, but I can't really tell exactly what I'm focused on. But I took some pictures. They end up being pretty sharp, which is nice for a sub $500 lens. And I'm using Magic Lantern, so I can kind of pull up the focus peaks, so I can kind of see where my stuff is focused. That way I don't have to really rely on autofocus as much, because obviously you're not going to have autofocus when you're filming. When you're filming this. Yeah, so great all-around lens. I would definitely recommend it if you're on Canon or Nikon, because you can get the adapter and the lens for much less than most, especially if you're on an APS-C sensor. If you're not, if you're on a full-frame sensor, go with the 50. It's cheaper to start out with, but then again, I mean, if you're buying a 5D Mark II, 3, or 60, you probably have enough money to go out and buy a good lens, an L lens, or some of you might even be able to afford a Zeiss lens, I don't know. But for someone like me who's in college and has a 60D, and I can work every so often, but not all the time, this is a great lens to have for all-around purposes. So that wraps up the stuff. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Put comments down below, or wherever you have wherever you're viewing this, Frugal Filmmaker, Facebook, whatever. Let me know. And hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see anything specific for test footage. So until maybe another product review, I'll see you guys later. Bye. What was that?
This is